It's another day, so you know there's more drama surrounding Thornton Township Supervisor / Dolton Mayor, Tiffany Teflon Tahoe, aka the City Girl Mayor. Last week, Tiffany was sent stumping out of the building after she lost the Democratic nomination for Thornton Township Supervisor.
For Supervisor, Napoleon Harris.
Henyard left emotional and upset knowing her name will not appear on the April ballot, to the pleasure of many in the room.
I will be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your opinion?
Illegal.
Remember, she was so upset yelling at the caucus. She didn't win the Democratic nomination for Thornton Supervisor, so she cried foul. She went and gathered up the news cameras and told everybody to put some respect on her name.
Today, Tiffany Henyard and her supporters held a fiery call to action meeting.
I keep telling them, put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Crazy part is the Republicans held their caucus the same night, just like the Democrats, and none of them are complaining right now. Both parties went the caucus route versus primary, and now Tiffany is kicking and crying about people not voting in a primary. Remember, she didn't have not one problem when people didn't vote her in as supervisor. I gotta remind you, Tiffany did not run for the supervisor position. She was installed overnight like a toilet, without any caucus or any vote at all. There was no primary, no caucus, nor was there a general election. So she didn't get not one vote, but was given her biggest position yet. The Thornton Supervisor position is the one paying her all her money. That's why her money-hungry married boyfriend had to come out and defend their paycheck, because in a couple of months, they'll no longer be getting that nearly $230,000 salary, nor will they have access to the millions of dollars in the Thornton Township budget, which is even larger than the Dolton budget. And by the way, you see what she did with the Dolton money. Came in with a surplus, and 2 years later she was spending so much money they had a deficit of millions and millions of dollars, and she's been hiding the finances, so we still don't know where all the money went. But yeah, her boyfriend called himself addressing the news, basically making himself look like a fool.
Henyard's boyfriend, Kamal Woods, also attacked the media and reporting by NBC5.
Go to her if you're worth talking to. I see you. You looking dead at me. I see you. You part of the problem. If you gonna tell the truth, tell the truth. It ain't no guy, it's a lady. You part of the problem.
No, Kamal, you're a part of the problem. Up here trying to defend your super side chick. And we all know why. He's been eating off the taxpayers' money, running up the check with her. Driving around in luxury cars, using the towns and the township money like it's their own personal ATM. So no, sir, you are a part of the problem too. Looking crazy, only giving more footage to the FBI to see him in clear HD. Yeah, congratulations, Kamal, keep it up. So of course, Tiffany isn't going to go down without a fight. She promised to sue everybody for not making her the Democrat nominee for Thornton Supervisor. She's really good at doing that when she can't get her way. And hey, she did just that. Tiffany is now suing in an attempt to get her name on the Thornton Township ballot.
South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard is fighting back after her caucus loss last week. She filed a new lawsuit today, asking a judge rule that caucus was invalid. WGN's Courtney Spinelli has more on that from South Holland.
Thornton Township Supervisor and Mayor of Dolton, Tiffany Henyard, calls what happened last week at the Democratic Caucus voter suppression. Today, she and her team filed a lawsuit against the caucus winner, State Senator and Democratic Party committeeman Napoleon Harris, who won the nomination.
I do not like dictatorship. I do not like a hostile takeover.
Self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard now accusing her opponent of what she's been accused of.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet.
She is a dictator.
Yeah, it's funny how the actual dictator is now running around calling everybody else a dictator. You can't make this stuff up.
Thornton Township Democrats also named in the lawsuit. Henyard claims the caucus was invalid and is calling for a do-over.
Let me be clear. This is not about the mayor. This is not about the supervisor. This is about the people of Thornton Township.
It's about $227,000 a year, which is what the Thornton Township supervisors paid. That's all. Plain and clear.
Exactly. It's about the money. For those who don't know, I reported on this over a year ago. Tiffany has two positions, Thornton Township Supervisor and the Mayor of Dolton. Most of her money that she's making, it came from the supervisor position. That's nearly $230,000, not including any extra bonuses she's given herself or the money she's stolen from the township. Her base salary as Dolton mayor is about $46,000. So you can obviously see that her losing that $230,000 supervisor position is devastating to her bank account because most of her salary is wrapped up in the supervisor position.
Bert Odelson represents the parties named in the lawsuit and calls it garbage. Henyard claims hundreds of her supporters never got inside by the start and that the room was filled with many Harris supporters already inside for a private event beforehand. Harris's attorney claims it was an event for township Democrats who had a ticket regardless of who they support.
They turned around and left hundreds out in the cold.
Funny Tiffany and her gang is saying hundreds of her busted supporters were left in the cold. It reminds me of all the times she repeatedly locked the trustees out the town hall building, how she locked out residents. Remember that? She did this over and over. That was in Dolton. And even at Thornton Township though, she locked the assessor out, another black woman. Yeah, she locked the assessor out of her office. She and her staff had to do business in the parking lot. It's crazy that now she's accusing everybody of doing what she's been doing for over 3 years.
Harris, who chose the caucus format, adopted rules at the start of the night requiring supervisor nominees not run in another election and said no other slate qualified. Henyard and her attorney claim the rules were illegal.
It's not a public process. It's the Democratic Party of Thornton Township process. That's where her and her lawyer are missing the small peg in the hole.
What we was denied is the process. The process to be heard, which is come in and exercise our right to vote for whoever we choose or chose.
Again, she didn't care about anybody's right to vote when it came to her getting the supervisor position last time. This lady is operating in a position paying her $230,000 that she didn't get a single vote for. We have to always remember that. There wasn't a primary, there wasn't a caucus, not even a special election. Tiffany Tahoe was able to finesse her way into that position without anybody voting for her. So it's funny that she's now speaking on people's right to vote when she was literally installed into that position.
Mary Avant was also a nominee on the Democratic ballot and disputes Henyard's claims in the suit.
The way things have gone, if the courts were to decide to put her back on the ballot, she'll just be surprised a second time. The answers will be the same.
Meanwhile, in the continuing power struggle, Henyard also filing a new lawsuit against some Dolton trustees and the village administrator. She's accusing them of conspiring to take away her authority by restricting her ability to appoint key positions.
That's her standard, sue, whether there's a suit or not. So nothing really surprises me that she does.
Senior trustee Jason House issued a statement that reads, quote, "This baseless lawsuit is nothing more than a distraction and blatant misuse of taxpayer dollars. Our focus should remain where it matters most, on addressing the pressing needs of our community and delivering real solutions for the people we serve." In South Holland, Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
Yeah, the walls are closing in on Tiffany Tahoe. She's been hostile her whole time as the leader of not just Dolton, but the whole township of Thornton. She's been outright disrespectful to her colleagues, the employees, local businesses, and the residents. At this point, lady, you need to get ready to pack up both offices because you're not about to be the Thornton supervisor again, and you're also going to lose a Dolton election that's coming up in a couple of months. So she should get on out of there and start preparing to defend herself in federal court because that indictment is definitely coming in 2025. Yeah, that's what you have to look forward to, Tiffany Tahoe. No more mismanaging and stealing taxpayer money for you. You bought enough wigs, makeup, and clothes already. Get gone. So the walls are definitely closing in on Tiffany Tahoe. She lost her mind after she lost the Democratic nomination for Thornton Township Supervisor. If you missed that video, go ahead and click to check it out right now. It's coming up on the screen next.